According to Title 19 NYCRR, Part 182, what is required for the electronic signature used by a notary public in an electronic notarial act? Let's have a look at that Part 182, and particularly Part 182.4 of the Notary Public License Law, which is entitled Additional Requirements for Electronic Notaries. And if we look at subsection A, subsection 5, it states here that an electronic signature is reliable if it is, and if we go down to subsection IV, linked to the data in such a manner that any subsequent alterations to the underlying record are detectable, etc. Now, the policy behind this, incidentally, is to ensure the integrity and authenticity of the notarization such that it cannot be tampered with. So with this in mind, let's have a look at our 4 choices to determine our solution. Choice A states it must be stored on a public server for verification purposes. This, in fact, is not correct. It must actually be contained within the notary's sole control, and therefore choice A is not the correct solution. Choice B states it must be linked to the data in such a manner that any subsequent alterations to the underlying record are detectable. That, in fact, is what we just read before from Part 182.4 sub A, subsection 5, subsection IV. But before we mark this as the correct solution, let's have a look at choices C and D just to be certain. Choice C states it must be accompanied by a physical signature for verification. This is not correct. There's no such requirement, and therefore choice C is not the solution. Choice D states it must be renewed annually with the Secretary of State. In fact, there is no such requirement. Again, what we are looking for here with the electronic signature being linked is to ensure the authenticity and integrity of the notarization process, to avoid any such tampering, etc. And therefore choice D is not the correct solution, which leaves choice B. It must be linked to the data in such a manner that any subsequent alterations to the underlying record are detectable as the correct solution.